Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. And my name is Arjun, and today I'm going to share you a quick video about how you can create a workshop application in Palantir Foundry. So for today's tutorial, I'll keep it very simple for like very complete beginners. And the dataset that I'm going to use is from Kaggle, and it's called as Netflix movies and TV shows. And assuming that you already have an Foundry instance, um, and you know how to import the dataset. I'm going to skip all those process, and I assume that you already have an object type created. So my object type looks something like this. I've named it Netflix TV show, and it contains around 8,800 rows or objects in Foundry's language, and these are all the properties. So let's get started. I will click on the new button and then search for the workshop module. And first thing I'll do is rename this to something recognizable. And once I do that, let me give you a quick walkthrough about all the settings and functions of this workshop module in edit mode. So in the overview panel, you see all the object types that will be, once you connect them, it will show you all the connected object types in this module. And these are some advanced functions for write back. For example, if you want to let user do some edits to the objects through the actions, so you would need the actions and functions, something coming from the TypeScript function that you want to use in your workshop module. And here the layout structure, by default it comes with a single page and header, and header is not part of any page, because assume that you have multiple page application, um, and the header would stick on top irrespective of which page you're in right now. So it makes sense that header is out, and by default there is this page, and maybe I can also rename this to home page so it makes more sense. And then the next part, the variables. So in Foundry, in the workshop, you have multiple type of variable that you can create, and the simple ones like the string, the numeric, date, boolean, and yeah, also the object set, very important one in today's tutorial because that's how you will input your dataset or object to this workshop module to build the whole dashboard, tables, or anything that you want to create. Okay, so I think first let me just give it a name in the header section, and also maybe custom background color and make it prominent. And I can also maybe change the color of the Netflix logo to match the brand identity, something like this. And here, instead of application icon, I can look for the media, or yeah, something related to the videos and TV shows. And I can also look for the red. Yeah, looks good. So I will delete, or maybe go to the home page, and then instead of deleting it, let me change the direction of this layout to the rows so that we have two sections on top of, stacked on top of each other. And here, I will use it for the filter section, and this one for like the table section. And next thing I'll do is go to the variables and go to the object set, and then object set definition. Here I will search for my newly created object set's name, that is Netflix TV show in my case, and I will also rename this to main object set. And now I will create a filter widget, and it expects a object set input, but I will not select the one that I recently created. Instead, I will create another one, and then here I'm going to select the main object set, and I will rename this to filter object set. And also one more thing that you want to rename is your filter output. Best best practices. And then I will change it to pills. Maybe just first let me add the columns here, and then I'll show you how different or difference does it make. And also one more good thing about filter widget is that you can select the keyword search if you want to search something irrespective of the columns. So then yeah, it's very powerful method to do the filtering. And maybe I will select also the rating. So by default, the layout is vertical, and which you can see it looks something like this. It is also good, but for my today's tutorial, I'm going to switch it to pills, and then I'm going to select the parent container, and I don't need the header, so I'll disable it, and I'll also change the height to auto max, so it looks something like this now. And I will also disable the headers and add a new widget, and I'm going to select the object table to represent all the data in the form of tabular format, and I will create a new object set variable and name this table object set, and here I'm going to select the main object set. So yeah, in the column configuration you can select which columns that you want to show to the end users, and since we don't have too many options, I'll just select all the properties, and I will remove the title and then place it on top here. I think this one is for the name of the movies and the shows. And there are a couple of other configurations that you can do, but I think for today's session, maybe not required. So let's see if the filters work. Let me search for Breaking Bad here. And yeah, as expected, the table doesn't reload, something like that, because both are not connected yet. And to connect both, you have to click the table widget, and we'll go back to the table object set. And here you see there is an option to filter. You can either do the filter based on the properties, but in our case, we want to connect the filter widget to this object table. So, and we will do that using a variable. And when I click on it, you already see there is a recommendation from Foundry that I can use this output from the top widget. And because since it's the only filter widget, I will go with it. And that's where the best practices in the comes into play, because imagine if you have too many filter widgets across different page and sections, renaming them to something meaningful really helps a lot. So yeah, I'll just select it, and you already see it, the table reloaded, and it contains some entries related to the Breaking Bad. And yeah, currently by default these are the filters that I have added, but also I can let user add their own filter in the view mode. So yeah, I think pretty much it works well now. I can do some customization to change the color scheme. Yeah, I think this looks good. And one more thing that I would like to add is a hello greeting, or like to say hello to the logged in user. And I can do that by creating a string and then variable transformation. Okay, so I'll keep it for the greeting, but let me create one more string and then multipass attribute. And here I'm going to select the given name, which is my name, which is my first name. And here I will select logged in user given name. And then I'll go back to my previous variable, and here I'm going to select string concatenation, and then here I will add like hi or hello, and then click on the forward slash as mentioned here, and then it will give you the recommendations of all the variables present in this workshop module. And in our case, I'm going to select the given name, and at the end I will add an exclamation mark. So yeah, it greets us hello Arjun, and I will rename this to greeting message. So I'm going to select the markdown and then the variable, and I will pass the greeting message here. Yeah, I think it looks good now. Let's check this out in the view mode. I can add new filters. I can change the other filters, and then I can also search something here. Or I can also select from the options available here. If I type India, then all the India. So it doesn't just look for one field, it can look for all the available columns and see if there is any mention of the particular keyword that we have searched for. So in this case, I believe, yeah, there is this occurrence of India here in the description. So, and that's why it returns this row. So if you want to do that kind of search, you can use that. Or if you want to stick to the normal column level search, you can add the country and then select the country that you want to filter on. And yeah, this was it for today's session. And I'll try to keep this series and add more features to this dashboard and something related to actions and write back. So yeah, thanks for watching.